Manipulation can occur in many aspects of our lives, from personal relationships to the workplace and beyond. The tactics that manipulators use can be subtle or overt, but they all aim to exert control over others for personal gain. It's important to identify and understand these tactics, not only to protect ourselves from potential harm, but also to improve our communication skills and build stronger relationships. Here are 12 common manipulation tactics to look out for. Number 1. Gaslighting. Gaslighting is a form of severe emotional manipulation in which someone takes what they feel or want and projects it onto another person in an effort to avoid how it makes themselves look or feel. This tactic is a way to make you doubt your sanity or reality. The manipulator often uses it to make you doubt your own feelings, thoughts, or memories, leaving you more receptive to their desires. They may twist the facts or lie about events, making you feel as if you are losing your grip on reality. You may feel confused or insecure about your own behaviors or emotions. By pointing out your insecurities, they can make you rethink your own point of view. Number 2. Negative framing. The term framing refers to whether an option is presented as a loss, negative, or a gain, positive. Negative framing is a technique where the manipulator frames a situation in a negative way to influence your perception. For example, they may present a choice or action as the only solution to a problem, making you feel as if you have no other options. Number 3. Foot in the door. Foot in the door is a technique in which the manipulator asks you to comply with a small request that you will almost certainly agree to. Later on, they will ask you to comply with a larger or more significant request, this request being the one they wanted from you all along. This larger request is likely one you wouldn't have agreed to had you been asked outright. But having already complied with the first request, it's harder to say no, as you may feel an obligation to comply with the second, in an effort to demonstrate behavior that is consistent with this positive perception of yourself. Number 4. Moving the goalposts. When someone moves the goalposts, they come up with reasons to never be satisfied with you, by constantly shifting and redefining expectations so that they can never be met. This is a manipulation tactic used to make you feel bad about yourself or inadequate, as if you will never be good enough. No matter how hard you try to reach these goalposts, you likely never will, and if you do, your efforts and success will not be acknowledged. Number 5. Projection. Projection is a technique where the manipulator projects their own faults onto someone else. For example, they may accuse you of being selfish or jealous, when in fact they are the selfish or jealous one. They may also create tension and drama, but blame others for it. This tactic is used to help the manipulator dodge responsibility for their actions and avoid having to change their behavior. Number 6. Love bombing. Love bombing is a technique where the manipulator showers you with affection and attention, making you feel like the center of their world. They may use gifts, compliments, and other gestures of affection to make you feel special and loved. This may feel great at first, but over time, you may begin to feel isolated, losing sight of who you are. Often, once they've swept you off your feet, this attention will cease, leaving you feeling like you're chasing it down or seeking it out again. The manipulator's goal with this is to make you emotionally dependent on them. If they're able to do that, you may feel indebted to them and are less likely to question their future behaviors or motives. Number 7. Flattery. Flattery may seem like a compliment, but it isn't. While compliments are given sincerely with no expectation of gain, flattery is often used disingenuously as a tool to gain emotional leverage by buttering you up in an effort to get something in return. The reason flattery is such an effective form of manipulation is because it appeals to your idealized self-image, making you more receptive to the request waiting for you. Number 8. Choice restriction. Choice restriction is a tactic in which someone limits your choices in order to manipulate you into doing what they want. This tactic is based on the fact that people want to feel as if they have the freedom to make their own decisions. The manipulator may present you with a few options, but frame all options but the one they want you to choose negatively. This gives the illusion that you made the choice out of your own free will, when you were ultimately steered and manipulated into making the choice they wanted you to make. Number 9. Isolation. Isolation is a form of emotional manipulation in which the abuser uses negative emotions, often jealousy or guilt, in order to isolate you from your friends and family. The manipulator may use this tactic in an effort to separate you from people who might spot the manipulation. It is a way for them to gain control over you and your relationship. Number 10. Triangulation. Triangulation can take many forms, but all are about dividing and conquering. One common method of triangulation is when the manipulator brings a third person into your communication in an effort to come out on top by pitting someone else against you. Or they may pull you into a conflict they're having with someone else. Another method is when the manipulator tries to make you feel jealous or as if you have to compete for their attention by incessantly comparing you, directly or indirectly, to a third person. This tactic can be used to increase your feelings of isolation, thus increasing your dependence on the manipulator. Number 11. Passive aggression. People who communicate passive-aggressively do so by indicating rather than saying what they are feeling. A passive-aggressive person needs to feel dominant and in control. Someone who behaves this way acts passively, when in reality, they are covertly aggressive or hostile. Passive-aggressiveness is a sign of insecurity. In order to relieve this feeling of inadequacy within themselves, they need to make others feel inadequate. Instead of directly addressing what's bothering them, the manipulator may revert to using sarcasm, teasing, picking fights, negative criticism, the silent treatment, or stonewalling. Number 12. Bait and switch. A bait and switch occurs when the manipulator displays a certain behavior or acts in a certain way in order to gain your attention and trust. And once this goal is achieved, they show their true selves. They may make a promise to do something in order to get what they want in that moment, knowing full well they will never honor that promise. Or they may pursue you by becoming who they think you want them to be. They may shower you with attention, affection, dates, and gifts, but once they feel they've reeled you in, they may stop behaving or acting in this way. They are not the person they had originally advertised themselves to be. Knowing how to identify manipulation tactics is an essential life skill that can help us protect ourselves from harm. By understanding the 12 common manipulation tactics discussed in this video, you'll be able to recognize them when they arise and take the appropriate actions to protect yourself. Remember, communication is key, and if you ever feel uncomfortable or unsure about a situation, it is always okay to speak up and set boundaries. So, which of these manipulation tactics have you found yourself falling for? Is there a specific topic you'd like for us to explore next? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. If you would like to see more videos like this one, hit the subscribe button and don't forget to click the notification bell. Thanks for watching.